Hey everyone, it's Jen Morgano from Cardamom by Jen Morgano. I am joining you today to create this cute little box with you. Very similar to one I did, I think last week with the Valentine Gusseted bag. I said, hey, I really like that bag. Let's just make one from scratch. So we're going to do that today. We are using products from the lovely and beautiful Sweet collection. It's in the new catalog, page 23. Absolutely stunning. It's one of those big collections. So we have 2 stamp sets, beautifully celebrated and simply beautiful, and they're coordinating dies. So we have the beautifully celebrated dies. Look at all those labels. Oh, and these are absolutely gorgeous. Those are nice. But look at all that. That's what stood out to me. I'm like, ooh, look at those label shapes. And then the Simply Beautiful dies. Oh, you can build some really gorgeous flowers. And we're going to build the small one today. Isn't that pretty? Love it. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is you are going to cut a piece of cardstock. That's 8.5 by 10.5. So easy peasy, right? 8.5 by 10.5. Not sure why I moved my scoreboard. Okay, with the 10.5 inch side up at the top, you are going to score at 1. And you can do this using your trimmer too. I just like the scoreboard. So 10.5 at the top, you're going to score at 1, 5, 6, and 10. Okay, you can rotate it clockwise and then score at 1, and that'll be the bottom of our bag. Also, to help make things a little bit easier, you can see here I made a crease. So if you want to put that 10.5 back at the top with that 1 inch score line on the bottom at 5.5, you can, if you want to be really particular about it, you can put a ruler up like by the 4.5 mark, but you'll do 5.5 down to about that, and then a 1/2 inch down to about that. That just gives it a little bit an easier way to buckle in. Buckle in? Curve in? I don't know what the word I'm looking for. The next thing I did was I just stamped some images on the front and the back of the bag just to kind of break it up so it wasn't flat. So we'll take some fresh freesia ink on the fresh freesia paper and just kind of stamp randomly. Now we are going to take 2 strips of DSP and adhere it here. So you're just going to be worried about the sides. But you do whatever it is you want. Just kind of randomly. Okay, then I'll come in with my flower image. Kind of fill those spots in. And again, just to kind of break up that background. We don't want just a flat piece of fresh freesia there. Okay, once that is done, let's burnish our score lines and do some cuts. So just fold in. Fold up. Okay, let's come in with our scissors. And with this 1/2 inch here, I'm going to cut on a slight angle, up like that, and then notch out like that. Okay, just slightly. Okay, and then for these 2 tabs, what I do is I cut straight up on the line, and then on the inside, I just go slight angle up. So on the line, slight angle up from the inside. Let's do the same over here. Okay, perfect. Okay, now let's adhere our DSP. These are 2 inches wide by 7.5 inches long, so they'll fit perfect here. Okay, and really pretty. All of the paper in this pack has really nice kind of a flat side with a pretty pattern on it, and then the other side has woo a golden pattern. So check those out. They're really, really pretty. Everyone loves gold accents, right? Uh-huh. Okay. Just put that right in the center. When I was making the sample, I did this after the box was made, and it was just awkward. So just a little easier when everything's flat to do that. Okay, flip it over. Now, if you fold this down, it'll fold flat just nice, and it'll meet up. Okay, and you can use your adhesive of choice. I'm going to use glue. You can use tear and tape, seal, whatever you got. Gum. Don't use gum. That would be gross. Okay. Okay. Then you can see here, those little score marks will help you fold, and that'll help it close at the top a little nicer. Okay. And wherever your flap came over, that's going to be your back. So we're going to want to fold these guys in, and because there's no ridges here at the back here, we're going to glue this flap down. Okay. So in essence, you want the flap that folds to the back on the last one that you're going to do. Okay, so there you go. We have a box, but we have to make the box even prettier, right? We can't just say, oh, here you go, here's your gift. Nope. So first thing, let's stamp our sentiment. I'm using Simply the Best. I thought this would make a cute little table. Ooh, I'm throwing stuff around. Table favor or a thank you gift for someone. So I took a 1/2-inch strip of basic white, and I'm going to stamp in Old Olive. I'm going to leave just a little bit of room for our flower. Okay. And very simply, you can just cut on a slight angle up. Ta-da! Okay, and speaking of flowers, let's put our flower together. I went with the fresh freesia. Actually, I'm going to do a little shading quick on that. So let me get a piece of scrap paper. So you have your 2 flowers. You have your stamen, is that what it's called? And I cut out 2 leaves. So pretty. I want to add some color to them just to add a little depth. Okay, so look at this. I'm busting out some daubers from way back in the day. I feel like I never use these anymore because we have our blending brushes. But this is nice just to kind of pick up or put down, to lay down just a little bit color on the outside. And we'll do the same thing with our fresh freesia flowers. Did you hear that noise? Okay, I know I took the purple dauber out. Where did it go? It's hiding. Yoo-hoo! Okay, well, I have another purple one, so we'll just use that. That's so bizarre. Where did it go? Been trying to ink things more. I think it gives a really nice step to it. I've never really done this before a lot for the edges of things, you know. I started taking classes at a local shop near me, Crafts on the Move, and the lady who runs it always is inking the edges. And I'm like, I would never think to do that. And it makes such a difference, you know, I think. And then, of course, for our stamen, I didn't want to really change the color, so I'm just going to put some Wink Costello on there. Okay. Now let's put that guy together. I'm going to use my silicone mat. Just put a dab of glue here. Should be on camera, right? Bubble. Dab of glue there, and then I just place it at an angle so that it fills in. You can make yours a little 3D if you want. Oh goodness. Put a little dab of glue. Put your stamen on. Right? It's a stamen, right? It's not the pistol. Making stuff up. Guys, it's been a while since I took... I should ask my 5-year-old. I think he just did parts of the flower. 6. He's 6. He's not 5. Oh, he would so be angry if he heard me say that. And for those of you that follow me, yes, I'm talking about Maximus, whose artwork I always share. He's my little artsy guy. My older kiddo, Xavier, is pretty artistic too, but right now he's more into Pokemon cards and video games. Okay, so there's your flower. We can set that aside, and I just want to go over one more thing on how I got the bag to close. So I used the 1st and 4th, so the smallest die on the labels, and then 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one. Okay. For this guy, you'll need about a 4x4 or 4x3.5 piece of old olive, and you'll cut that label out. And then this one, you'll need about 2.5x2 piece of that DSP to match. Okay, so I cut those out already. Let's see what I did with them though. That's always the challenge with Jennifer. I found him. And what I want to do is, it's about, let's measure it here. It's about 3 inches wide. Instead of putting the gusset or the the score mark at 1.5, because I want to leave just a slight ridge there. I'm going to do 1 3/8 and 1 5/8. So that leaves just a little bit like that. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing with our little guy. That's about 1.5. Oh boy. So that's 7/8 and 5/8. Okay. I think that's right. Okay. Da-da-da. I glue it down first together because I think that's easier than trying to do it once the green is adhered. Where'd my glue go? I'm losing everything today, and it's not a big desk. Which makes me wonder if there's a portal somewhere. Okay, you're just going to center that. And if you didn't want to worry about scoring the little guy, which is certainly an option, you could always just glue it and then make it bend to the will of the larger label. I don't know why I said it that way. Okay, let's get our box. We are going to glue the back, and we're going to leave this. We're going to secure this with a Velcro dot. So we're just going to put glue on the back. I'm going to find the center. Let's make sure I have the back on the back. Okay, this is the back. Center that. Hold it. Okay. Then I'm going to take a Velcro dot, stick it here, and I'm going to close this and then press it, and voila! Ta-da! And now all we have to do is affix our little label and our flower. So we can glue this. Kind of, there we go. Did you say I was going to do it upside down? That would have been a trip. Have it on the side. And then we can just pop it on with a dimensional, because everyone loves dimensionals. And there you go. And this suite comes with some really pretty faceted gems and some, a little crooked, some faceted gems and some ribbon. You can jazz it up with that. But this is a really beautiful suite. Like I said, the thing that captured my eye, honestly, was these label dies, because I know I would use these for a lot of projects. But really, these flower builder dies are gorgeous. And, you know, it's good to get ready with all these wedding wishes and day to remember. It's great for scrapbooking. It's great for birthdays. Super useful, super pretty. So check it out. It's on page 23 in the catalog. I'll put the link to the products below. I hope you like this. If you did, please give me a big old thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, give me a what, a bell? I don't I don't want to say ring my bell because that sounds awful. But subscribe, and that way you can follow along on my crafted journey. Guys, I hope you have a great day. Check out the links below. I'll have the blog posts with the measurements and all the links to my other social media feeds. Have a nice day. Bye.